Samuel chapter 22, verse 1 to 2. David fled from the city of Gath and went to a cave near the town of Adullam. So let's just stop here. So you see, David was fleeing from Saul again, and he went to the cave near the town of Adullam in the city of Gath. And if you notice, what did he do? He prayed. You see how there's some things you notice in people's life, you begin to wonder, how is this person making it? How is this person going far? And this part of the secret of the secret place, of this secret weapon, you have to be able to not be offended and cry out to the Lord anytime someone do something bad to you. Don't react and let the Lord. You know when say don't take revenge, let the Lord take revenge because you will not know. But the Lord is actually the best person to take revenge for us humans, because for sure. I tell you, because if you noticed Psalm 57, a prayer for help, and he went to the cave, notice that throughout Psalm 59, Psalm 60, Psalm 55, Psalm 56, and Psalm 57, notice that David was successful running away from Saul, and Saul never caught him. Why? And if you notice, if you read First Samuel, if you read Samuel very well, you notice that he had many opportunities to unalive Saul. But what did he do? He cut off some piece of his clothes and did what? Left. He didn't do much. And if you even notice Samuel, you will know that just take your time, because you will need to understand Psalm. You need to read First Samuel and Second Samuel. And for those of you that don't know about Samuel, First Samuel in the Bible. It talks about Hannah, a woman that is barren, that will cry out to the Lord. That was Prophet Eli there, and she went to the temple and prayed, and the Prophet Eli thought she was drunk. And she prayed to the Lord Almighty, and the Lord answered her prayer and gave her a son. And she made a solemn promise to the Lord that she will dedicate that boy to the child the Lord will give her. She will dedicate the child to the Lord. And the Lord gave her a boy named Samuel. She called him Samuel, if I'm not wrong. Oh, I'm not wrong. Maybe Samuel, sorry. Samuel became a great prophet, and the Lord called him. I know that time the Lord's voice was scarce, but the Lord called him, and he was in communion, a strong communion with the Lord. I know the Israelites were complaining that they need a king, and the Lord provided a king for them, Saul. I know from there, Saul was obeying the Lord at the beginning, but then he later disobeyed, like in 1 Samuel chapter 15. 1 Samuel chapter 15. Samuel 1 Samuel chapter 15, Saul disobeyed the Lord. The Lord sent Samuel again to tell Saul to go to Amalek, because their ancestors oppressed the Israelites when they were coming from Egypt. To go and attack the Amalekites and completely destroy everything they have. Don't leave a thing. Everything, animals, just to everything must be annihilated. So Saul did what the Lord asked, but his men kept the sheep. And when Samuel asked him, why did you disobey the Lord? He said he didn't. The problem is, what did he lie? Just read the whole 1 Samuel chapter 15, you will understand. And he went to 200 soldiers and 10,000 men from Judah, and 10,000 soldiers from Judah. But he couldn't talk to his the people that are under him as the king. He couldn't talk to them. And he said, look at the excuse he gave. He said, he told you to fight. Okay, sorry. Samuel answered, even though you consider yourself of no importance, you are the leader of the tribe of Israel. The Lord anointed you king of Israel, and he sent you out with orders to destroy those wicked people of Amalek. He told you to fight until you have unalived them all. Why then did you not obey him? He grabbed the loot and all that. He said he obeyed the Lord. And he look at the excuse he gave in verse 21. He kept the sheep, the cattle, and the sheep. He's giving excuse that he wants to offer it as sacrifice to the Lord. You can't deceive him. Someone said something that is very interesting here. Which does the Lord prefer? Obedience or offerings and sacrifices? Think for yourself. What's the point of someone giving you things and the person doesn't obey you? It don't make sense that you offer God things, you can do things for the Lord, you can fast, you can read His word, but you don't obey Him. What's the point? And you know what He said? Rebellion against the Lord is as bad as witchcraft. There is no difference in the eyes of God. And because we rejected the Lord's command, He has rejected you as king. Wow. When the Lord said no, it's no. And it went on. Samuel went to anoint David. He went to the compound of Jess, and he actually didn't know that it would be David that the Lord would choose as king. He saw many tall men of Saul. He thought that the Lord, the brothers of David, he thought the Lord will select among them. He said, surely this one. But it wasn't them. So, but David was actually in the fields caring for the sheep. And actually, later he anointed David, and for him, he anointed him so that he become king of Israel. And if you go on reading and everything, you saw David running away from Saul and many other things. And at the end, Saul actually died, though. That's sad, but that's why he's not going to disobey. He actually died. He actually died in battle in First Samuel chapter 31. You can read his death there. He actually died with his sons in First Samuel 31. But there's some survived, or I think one or two survived. One or two survived. Not I think, sorry. And if you go on to read Second Samuel, you notice that it talks about the Ishbosheth as king of Israel. He's made king of Israel, and he ruled for 7.5 years. And David was made king of Judah. So he was made king of Israel. Ishbosheth was made king of Israel in 2 Samuel chapter 2 verse 8. But then he later died he was murdered, 2 Samuel chapter 4 verse 7. He was murdered. And then later David became king of Israel and Judah. Now you can read it for yourself though. Just go to 2 Samuel. You can read it for yourself though. And later you can actually see there was actually a war that broke out between Israel and Judah. No confusion of if David should be king of Israel. Some people supported David, some people supported